Okay, we have reached the time. We're at step 12. We're going to place piece 6, which is the big part that goes in the middle that's going to have our words. So the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to stitch the piece 6 trimming and placement line. So we've got this one all done. Now we're going to trim the top of this fabric. Just pull it up, ease gently, and try not to cut a hole in your batting. And that is also the placement line. So it wants you to take piece number 6. You need to line up. If your piece is directional, pay attention to that, okay? It wants you to line it up like this, because it's going to stitch and then fold up. We just stitched the seam stitch. It says flip and press piece 6 right side up. Now my little finger press isn't going to work well for this because it has stabilizer on the back of it, so I am going to use the iron for this one. So now it shows you should have right side of fabric. We're ready to go to step 13. We need to stitch the piece 7 placement line. Fabric fuzz. Now we're going to trim, and we're going to take piece number 7. Be mindful if it's directional like mine is. I'm going to put this right here. Oh, this is coming out darling already, y'all. Okay, where are we at? We are at step number 14. We're going to stitch the tack down stitch. So that's going to secure everything into its little square. Uh-oh, we didn't get a clean little cut there. No problem. I'll go ahead and trim that with my scissors. Anytime something like that happens, don't freak out. Just fix it. Not a big deal. So now on step 14, we've done the piecing the tack, stitch the piecing tack down stitch. So they want you to change the thread to the desired color and stitch the main background quilting stitch. So because my piece is white, I have chosen white, and it's going to now do the quilting all here in the middle part, okay? Alright, we are on 14C, and it says change thread to desired color, stitch the top and bottom quilting stitches. And those are a series of snowflakes right here in each one of these pieces. And I have chosen a silver for that. The way I like to change my embroidery thread color is to cut back here and put my first thread back and get my second thread, which is my silver, and put the threads together and tie a knot. Just one knot is good, and then pull it through from the bottom of the machine, and that makes life so much easier. Now we're ready to go. step number 15, we need to change the thread color to stitch out whatever color you have chosen for snowflakes. I'm using the same color as I did to make the little silver snowflakes. It's a gray or a silver. So go ahead and continue making everything through here like you need to for all your color changes. I will meet you back here at step 28. So it got really late and I had to stop, and I stopped right in the middle of hot chocolate on a most embroidery machines that are made in the last 10 years or so. They will, when you just quit in the middle of a project, it kind of has a safety feature like if you have a power outage. And so when you first boot it back up, it's going to say, do you want to continue where you left off? Well, yes, I do. It automatically brought up my little wall hanging. And I got almost through all of the L in hot chocolate. So that's where I want to start. I want to pinpoint exactly where I need to start again. So I'm going to hit the camera with the little needle. So it's going to take a picture of it. So I plussed 100, and it almost got to right where it needed to be. I'm going to minus 10. By minus 100, I'm right on top of that L. Let me plus 10. It's going around the top of the L. I like this. This is very cool. I think I'm going to start right there. I'm going to close and hit OK. And go. Very cool. Would you look at that luminaire go? Huh, it's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. All right, we have finished hot chocolate. So our next step, we're on step 28. Place backing piece 1 on top of the project with the fold toward the center and the raw edges extending approximately 1/4 inch above the top of the tack down stitch. Backing piece, this is backing piece 1, that one that we folded in half. The fold toward the center and the raw edges extending 1/4 inch above the top of the tack down stitch. So let me show you guys. Do you see here's the top, the tack down stitch, the top of the tack down stitch? So we want this to be 1/4 inch above. I have a little tailor's chalk. What I'm going to do to make sure that this is right is I'm going to mark 1/4 inch above the tack down stitch and put myself a line. That way I know where to put it. Don't guess, you guys. You've got lots of tools in your arsenal. So now I just know, and now I know to make it straight. I'm going to just put that on that line right there. You do not need to change your thread color because it doesn't matter. I'm leaving it in the brown like it was. It did not tell you to change the thread color. Alright, step number 29. Stitch the backing piece 1 tack down line. We did that. That's what we just did. Now place the back piece 2 fabric right side down, completely covering the design. So that's this big one right here. Look, it's done. We got the happy baby. Remove project from hoop, trim around the wall hanging, leaving 1/4 inch seam allowance. All right, that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to tear off my tearaway stabilizer. Now it says to trim 1/4 inch away. I think I'm going to do this with a rotary cutter. Now, just from experience, I'm not going to trim a 1/4 inch right here. I'm going to leave it a little bit bigger right at the opening. It just makes your life easier when you're trying to turn it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a 1/2 inch on this opening end. And then I'm going to kind of cut, I need to do scissors. And I'm just going to trim a 1/4 inch here, like this. It just makes life a lot easier if you don't have to trim that. So, and just make a little, like a 45. Really, believe me, that makes life a lot easier if you do it like that. And then also, don't be afraid to do a 45 on your corners, okay? That'll make life easier as well. Now, you need to get a chopstick or a turning tool of some sort and turn this right side out. Be prepared for a tug fest, I've been told. One of the easiest ways to turn a small project is to put your hand inside of it. Go all the way up into the, as far back as you can go. Put your thumb and then push. Don't try to start at the bottom and work it out just a little bit. That is usually not a good idea. And just push as much of it out as you can and just start flipping it. Look at, I'm already halfway done. There. I'm serious. I was halfway done. Look at that. It's already done. Yeah. Okay. This tool is also very good at getting corners in here. Try not to poke it through too badly. You can use this end of it right here to firm out a seam. That looks really good. How cute. Now this little piece here, you don't even really have to finish this off. This little piece here that we put, it just flips over like that. And it hides that little opening. Oh, that's just darling, y'all. Look at this. I need to iron it and get it nice and smooth. The instructions wanted you to sew the little embellishments right through it. So I don't have any hot cocoa. Again, that's why I did not do the little steam marks. I have little snowmen. So I'm going to put a snowman. These are little buttons I picked up at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to put a snowman here and a snowman here. Those are too cute. So we're all finished. Look. Look how cute that turned out. Now I cheated. I cut the little button loops off of the back of my snowman buttons and I glued them to the wall hanging. But that's okay. This is just precious. I think I'm gonna make a little loop of maybe some rickrack right up here, and that way I'll have a little hanging loop. Wouldn't that even just be adorable on a tree, Christmas tree? All right, you guys, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to the next time that we can get together and do an embroider along. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.